From circus performers to modern-day daredevils scaling skyscrapers or performing gravity-defying motorcycle stunts, stunt performers have always risked their lives to captivate audiences. Despite meticulous planning and enhanced safety measures, the inherent danger remains. Even a split-second mistake can turn a thrilling stunt into a tragedy. Here are 5 instances where stunt performers paid the ultimate price for their daring acts. 40-year-old Joyce Aquana Harris's lifelong passion for motorcycles began in childhood. 2009, she took her first step toward this dream by learning to ride. Her dedication paid off within 5 years when she earned her racing license. Joy didn't stop there. She broke barriers by becoming the first African-American woman to race professionally in motorcycle road racing. Her determination and skill led her to establish her racing team, Threader Racing, where she continued to inspire and break new ground in the racing world. In 2017, Harris's career took an unexpected turn when she was hired as a stuntwoman for the blockbuster Deadpool 2, doubling for actress Zazie Beetz, who portrayed Domino. Despite her extensive experience as a motorcycle racer, stunt work presented new challenges. Harris had never worked as a stunt performer or ridden a Ducati, the motorcycle selected for her scene. However, the producers of Deadpool 2 were confident in her abilities, believing she only needed a few rehearsals before performing the scene. Days before the primary shooting, Harris had performed 7 stunt rehearsals, upping the ante every time. By the final rehearsal, she was tackling the stunt at full speed of 20 to 25 kilometers per hour, which implied that she was ready. On D-Day, Harris drove the motorcycle down the first ramp that made up the stunt course. This was where the unexpected happened. For some reason, she lost control of the bike and it accelerated instead of coming to a controlled, planned stop. With Harris no longer in control, the motorcycle continued over a second ramp and surged into the air at full stunt speed. A few horrifying seconds passed before the inevitable impact, a bone-jarring crash against the concrete median of a nearby roadway. The sheer force of the collision violently ejected Harris from the motorcycle, propelling her with immense speed and force. She hurtled through the air, crashing through the window of a nearby tower, a scene of utter devastation and tragedy that left onlookers in shock and disbelief. Emergency health services arrived within minutes to rush Harris to the hospital. Tragically, she was pronounced dead before arrival. An autopsy confirmed she died from blunt force head injuries caused by the collision, with the lack of a helmet contributing to her death. Producers later claimed the scene did not require a helmet. Toxicology results showed no alcohol, prescribed medication, or illegal drugs, leaving the cause of Harris's sudden loss of control a mystery. Following the incident, government investigators thoroughly examined the safety measures on the film set. Their final report cited several critical failures of TCF Vancouver Productions Limited. As a result, the company was fined $300,000 for its negligence and lack of proper safety protocols, highlighting the need for stricter enforcement of safety standards in the industry. According to the investigators, TCF failed to conduct a risk assessment addressing safety controls, speed of the motorcycle, and equipment limitations. They also stated that TCF needed help to complete important health and safety documentation, including a stunt safety inspection checklist and a production activity notification checklist, as required by its health and safety program. Furthermore, they cited TCF for failing to ensure the health and safety of the stunt performer by failing to provide adequate supervision concerning the work activity. As with most accidents, the victim's family typically receives compensation from the company. However, in Harris's case, the insurance company for Fox, the film's owners, indicated they would fight the family on every front. Fortunately, Fox executives avoided the potential legal drama by discussing the settlement directly with Harris's family lawyer. They agreed, though they did not disclose the amount to the public. Movie fans, cast members, and crew, including lead actor Ryan Reynolds and director David Leitch, paid heartfelt tributes to Harris. The tragic incident prompted the crew to pause filming, allowing everyone to process the loss temporarily. Despite the somber atmosphere, they resumed production as scheduled, driven by a commitment to honor Harris's memory. When Deadpool 2 was released in 2018, the film's credits featured a special dedication to Harris, immortalizing her contribution and legacy in the hearts of viewers and colleagues alike. By age 25, Jackson Coe had made a name for himself as an extreme stuntman, renowned for his fearless approach and eagerness to push the boundaries of stunt performance. Coe frequently posted breathtaking photos and videos on his Instagram page, showcasing his daring exploits. These posts featured him scaling high-rise buildings, performing backflips off boats and ledges, or casually sitting on the edges of tall structures with a calm demeanor and a wide grin, captivating audiences with his audacity and skill. From all indications, Coe had his life ahead of him, However, in July 2018, his promising future took a tragic turn. Police officers responded to a 911 call about a man not breathing in the backyard of 160 Waverly Place near Grove Street. Upon arrival, they found Coe to be the individual, but he appeared unconscious. A further check on Coe's body by the police officers revealed that he had injuries sustained from falling from the top of the building. Next to him was a beer can, leading both the authorities and the individual who called 911 to assume he had been drinking before his fall. Minutes after arriving, the responders assessed the situation and concluded that Coe had died, presumably from the severe injuries sustained during his fall. Despite their swift response, they could do nothing to revive him. The subsequent autopsy report confirmed this conclusion, detailing the extent of the injuries and providing a somber validation of the initial assessment. The tragic loss profoundly impacted those who knew him, underscoring the inherent dangers of his daring pursuits. Following Jackson Coe's death, Grubhub, the food delivery service company he worked for, released a statement expressing its sadness over the loss and extending condolences to his family and friends. Coe's friend, Louis Kahn, also posted an Instagram tribute, reflecting on their cherished memories and deep sorrow over the loss. To date, the exact circumstances of Jackson Coe's fatal fall remain unclear, whether it was an accident during a stunt, a slip from the roof, or influenced by alcohol. Despite the uncertainty, the police did not suspect foul play in the incident. They conducted a thorough investigation and, finding no evidence of criminal activity, released Coe's body to his grieving family. They laid him to rest, honoring his adventurous spirit and the fearless legacy he left behind. John Bernecker's remarkable athletic ability and charismatic personality made him an ideal fit for his dream job as a stunt performer in movies and television. He quickly succeeded in the industry, performing in at least 90 feature films and television shows. His impressive resume included notable titles such as Jonah Hex, Green Lantern, The Hunger Games franchise, Logan, and The Fate of the Furious, where his exceptional skills and dedication earned him widespread recognition and respect. Tragically, while working on the set of The Walking Dead in July 2017, John experienced a fatal accident. He fell 30 feet to a concrete floor while rehearsing a fight scene with an actor. The scene was supposed to conclude with a routine fall from a balcony, but Bernecker lost his footing and missed the safety pad by a few inches, landing on his head and neck and becoming unconscious. Initially, they hoped to save John. However, within 2 days of being taken to the hospital, he was pronounced brain dead and taken off life support. Since his other organs were viable, his family chose to donate them through LifeLink of Georgia. This nonprofit organization helps recover organs and tissue for transplantation to those in need. John's death, the first stunt-related fatality in the U.S. in over 17 years, attracted significant media attention. It raised questions about the safety standards on the set of The Walking Dead, prompting many to speculate whether his tragic accident could have been avoided. In response, AMC, the show's creators, issued a statement confirming that they had adhered to industry standards for stunt safety throughout the production of multiple seasons. They also claimed that John's death was an unfortunate and isolated accident. However, John's parents were dissatisfied with the company's explanation. They believed the production had failed to provide a safe working environment for her son and other stunt performers. They also argued that the accident could have been prevented if the show had strictly adhered to established safety guidelines and taken additional precautions to protect their cast and crew. After several media exchanges, they hired a lawyer to explore a civil lawsuit against AMC and the production companies filming The Walking Dead. On January 18th, the lawsuit was initiated, with their lawyer asking the court for damages totaling between $40 million and $100 million. They also requested the jury to consider punitive damages to serve as a deterrent for other production companies. The 6-week trial in December 2019 saw John's parents' lawyer argue that the stunt could have gone wrong in numerous ways, but there was a lack of planning to address potential issues. He claimed that safety practices were compromised due to financial and scheduling concerns at the production companies. Meanwhile, AMC's lawyers argued that there was no way the stunt coordinators could have foreseen that John would miss the middle of the catcher pad by 9 feet. They maintained that there was a team of people on and off the set to ensure safety and that an outside consultant had been contacted, which proved AMC's commitment to safety. AMC's legal team also pointed out that there had been no other accidents on the set in the past. They further mentioned John's record of being safety conscious, emphasizing that he would not have knowingly or willingly put himself in harm's way. Following the trial, the production companies, except AMC, were found negligent in John's death. They were ordered to pay $8.6 million in compensation to John's family. However, this victory was short-lived. A court of appeals later ruled that the Workers' Compensation Act barred civil claims brought by John's parents, and ultimately overturned the earlier verdict. John was a member of the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists at the time of his death. He also owned Prodigy Stunts Limited Liability Company, which he considered his stunt family. Beyond these commitments, he mentored and encouraged many aspiring stunt performers to pursue their dreams. John was eventually laid to rest at Metairie Cemetery in New Orleans, leaving a legacy of inspiration and dedication to his craft. As a young child, Alex Harville developed a love for riding by often sitting on the front of his dad's bike. His passion for motorbikes grew as he watched legendary stunt performer Evel Knievel perform thrilling tricks on TV. Alex continuously honed his skills throughout his teenage years and adulthood, practicing his craft alongside fellow enthusiasts and competing in local competitions. His dedication and enthusiasm for motorbike stunts became the driving force behind his pursuit of excellence in the field. By 28, Alex Harville had already made a name for himself as a professional motocross racer and stunt performer. In 2013, he set his first Guinness World Record, making the longest dirt-to-dirt motorcycle ramp jump at the Horn Rapids Motorsports Complex in West Richland, Washington. For this record, he flew with his bike over a distance of 297.55 feet, almost the same length as an American football field. However, Alex rarely made a living from his passion despite pushing the limits of what was possible. To make ends meet and take care of his wife and 2 sons, he worked a day job at a farm in Othello. Despite the minimal financial rewards, he remained passionate about his craft and continued to strive for more records. Even a significant accident in 2017, which resulted in a broken heel during a practice ramp-to-ramp jump for a world record attempt at the Talladega Superspeedway, didn't deter him from pursuing his passion. Tragedy sadly struck in 2021 when Alex attempted to break the distance record for the longest motorcycle jump, set at 351 feet by Robbie Madison in March 2008. The venue was the Moses Lake Air Show, held at Grant County International Airport in Washington, where thousands of people were expected to be in the crowds. During the warm-up for the main jump, Alex crashed his Suzuki 450 into the top edge of the dirt landing ramp while driving at top speed. The impact ejected him from his bike and propelled him 20 feet into the air before he brutally impacted the ground, sustaining multiple injuries throughout his body. Within a few minutes, an emergency medical technician on site reached Alex and began administering initial treatments. An ambulance soon arrived and rushed him to a nearby hospital. Sadly, the injuries he sustained were too severe, and he died en route. Days later, the autopsy report released by the coroner's office revealed that Alex sustained blunt force trauma to the torso, which led to his death. The report also indicated that the impact from the handlebars on the motorbike was the likely cause of the fatal injuries. To honor Alex, videos of the accident that had made it online were taken down, leaving only photos for news purposes. Additionally, Madison, whose record Alex had attempted to break, released a statement about the incident, saying the news shattered him and that his heart was heartbroken for Alex's family. More condolences also came in from other enthusiasts and the Guinness World Record Company. On June 30th of that year, a public memorial was held for Alex in his hometown, Ephrata, Washington. A GoFundMe fundraiser was later opened to support the family he left behind, raising over $42,000 within days of its launch. In a surprising twist of events, Alex achieved one final victory posthumously. In 2012, he had leaped 425 feet at Toes MX Park in Royal City, Washington, a jump that should have counted as the longest ramp-to-dirt motorcycle jump. After his death, his mother, Debbie Chamberlain, applied for certification by Guinness World Records to honor his memory. In August 2022, Guinness World Records officially approved and recognized his incredible feat, solidifying Alex's legacy in stunt performance. At 26 years old, Wu Yongning rose to fame on Chinese social media for his death-defying stunts atop skyscrapers, earning him the nickname Chinese Superman. He is also believed to be one of the pioneers of the roof-topping movement in China, captivating audiences with his fearless high-altitude exploits. Without a safety net or equipment, Wu would dangle dangerously from these buildings with one hand or perform pull-ups and balance on one arm. His repertoire also included scaling narrow beams and executing gravity-bending somersaults at these dizzying heights. He or his friends often recorded these feats, and whenever he posted a video, it quickly racked up millions of views from his million-plus followers. By 2017, Wu had posted more than 500 video clips and live streams, and he had started to earn some income from these posts through sponsorship deals and payment for views. On November 8, 2017, Wu set out to perform one of his signature pull-up stunts at the Huayuanhua Center in Changsha, the capital city of China's Hunan province. Determined to capture a breathtaking video, he reportedly free-climbed nearly 20 floors to reach his desired position. The climb alone was daring, showcasing his incredible skill and nerve. Once at the top, he began filming his latest stunt as planned. After completing several pull-ups, Wu found it difficult to pull himself back onto the building. Within a few seconds, he lost his grip and plunged approximately 45 feet toward the ground. The impact was fatal, and he died from his injuries during or shortly after the accident. His body was later discovered on a terrace below by a window washer. For the first few weeks after his death, Wu's fans were left in the dark about what had happened during his ill-fated stunt. However, they began questioning his absence when they noticed he had stopped posting new content on his social media pages. Rumors then began to swirl that he had died during one of his stunts, which his girlfriend later confirmed. Around the same time, a recording of his death began to circulate online, posted by an unidentified individual whom many presume was close to Wu. Amid the buzz created by the confirmation of Yangning's death, local news outlets reported that he had attempted the stunt to earn money from a reward offered in a contest. It was revealed that Yangning needed the money for his planned wedding proposal to his girlfriend, which was set to happen the day after the challenge. Additionally, he intended to use part of the reward money to cover medical expenses for his ailing mother. Wu's parents were angered by his death and filed a suit against several social media platforms that he used. They accused them of being responsible for his death because, as commercial enterprises, they shared the financial rewards Wu had received from his followers. Therefore, they partly encouraged his dangerous adventures. Eventually, the Beijing Internet Court ruled that the live-streaming app Huajiao should bear minor responsibility for the accident. The court ordered Huajiao to pay Wu's family 30,000 won, equivalent to $4,300 as compensation. Ultimately, Wu Yu's tragic death had minimal impact on the popularity of daredevil stunts on Chinese live streaming platforms. However, the Chinese government responded by imposing new regulations, requiring these platforms to increase oversight and content monitoring to curb such dangerous activities.